Amy and Patrick, it looks like I'm standing in a canal right now. This is actually a neighborhood. We're right off of Bonita Beach Road and Quinn Street. And residents here tell me that they just got done dealing with the flooding from 2 weeks ago when we saw that heavy rainfall. And they're telling me they just started to get their lives back on track, starting to clean out their homes. And after Hurricane Irma ripped through, now they're dealing with up to 3 feet of flooding in some areas. Now, we're not going to go too far back because it's dark right now and it's dangerous to even be in this water. That's why I have on these waders. But people living here tell me this is a complete tragedy. Cars stalled on the road in Bonita Springs. Water flowing over Bonita Beach Road, leaving this community underwater after Hurricane Irma ripped through Southwest Florida. Jefferson Garcia lives back here. The only way home now is by kayak.
You're just lucky to be alive, you know?
So we've gone through maybe 3 blocks already in total devastation. I mean, you can see things. That's a couch that was probably inside of someone's home. That's a chair, another couch. This is really, really, I don't even have words. That car practically submerged. And this is a community that just dealt with flooding 2 weeks ago. You're helping me out. You let me come out here on your canoe. How is it just to see this?
It's just saddening, you know. After a while, it starts to sink in the real thought that this is real and we lost a lot of our stuff. You know? We got to start from scratch, but just waiting for this water to go down.
In some parts, the water is waist deep. We're gonna try to get out to give you guys a better look at just how deep this water is in some communities. But some of the homes were built up a little bit higher, so they were a bit better off. Like this one, for instance, you can see the water is maybe up to 1 inch or 2, but then you have other homes like this one right next to it, where there's probably 3 feet of water inside.
We saw the worst, but you know, it's only material objects, so as long as we're living, that's the best.
You know, it was really eerie going down this road in a kayak with Jefferson, and I asked him what he plans to do next. He tells me that now he's staying with family and friends until they find a solution. They're not sure how long it's going to take for these waters to recede. The last time it flooded here, it took about a week. So these people here just dealing with another blow, this time from Hurricane Irma. Reporting in Bonita Springs, Deborah Souverain, Fox 4, in your corner. Now, Patrick, I want to show our viewers just how close those flames got to the H&M stables. Now, right behind me is where that fire was burning. And again, this was in the evacuation zone, and that's no longer the case. But we're going to pan right over to where I am now, and I'm just walking right across the street. And if you look behind me where you see that light over there, that's where the stable is. So those flames came just within feet of the barn. Small flames continued to smolder within what was at one point an evacuation zone. Some walked through smoke to return home for the first time in 24 hours. But not everyone who was forced to evacuate was able to go home Wednesday.
Smoke inhalation, that's like the main concern.
Michelle trains Jake at the M&H stable. She tells me Jake and this miniature pony named Buddy were the last 2 horses evacuated.
I mean, literally, it burned all around us. Now, it burned pretty much our whole perimeter fence because there's 20 acres for the farm. It pretty much just burned all around us. It even burned around our garbage cans.
The unforgiving flames downed power lines and left parts of their fence useless. She drove through the area Tuesday as flames burned just feet from the barn.
The power went out like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We'd run down, we have a lake, so we'd run down to the lake, fill up the buckets, put them on the little Kubota, drive over there, put 4 or 5 buckets of water on it.
In total, 38 horses had to be removed from the stable. These 2 friends stayed behind, but luckily they were able to find a temporary home thanks to Tracy Neville.
The minute I heard, I just stopped everything and I was like, I'm on my way. I've got a 2-horse trailer. I can only do 2 at a time, but you know what? I'm down.
We're just a few miles away from where those horses are now being boarded, and you can see the damage that has been caused here so far by the fire. But it's small flare-ups like this one right here that has people like Michelle concerned that there could be more trouble on the horizon.
The horses, they've got huge lungs. And so that's breathing problems for them. And that's why, you know, we'll wait till they say we can bring them back and it's safe and it's not, you know, smoky.
You know, and we're just right across the street. I wanted to get into the woods where the fire was burning to give you guys a look at just how bad it just really tore through this area. Now this is completely dry, but what we have noticed in the past couple seconds is that it started to rain a little bit. So we got excited about it once we saw the raindrops coming down. So it's very light right now. You probably can't even tell through the screen, but it is sprinkling just a little bit. And this is probably the best news that the firefighters have gotten so far in this community. We're going to send it back to you now, live in Naples. Deborah Souverain, Fox 4, in your corner. The scenes are eerily familiar. Gunshots fired.
15 gunshots, 20 gunshots back to back, like an automatic weapon. Just dot, 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 dot. It was like frequent shooting.
When the chaos settles, young lives are often lost. Andrew Faust was just 5 years old when a bullet in a drive-by shooting pierced his home.
Yeah, I don't want no violence in the neighborhood.
Then a 12-year-old Sean Archills took to the street, holding a pink poster to call for justice.
So it's like there's too much violence, so I want that to stop.
Standing next to his older brother, little Sean wanted to take on a big problem, the cycle of violence and culture of silence that allowed Andrew's accused killers to walk free.
Stop the violence, break the silence.
Tragically, 2 years later, Sean would lose his life to the same issues he feared. Sean was leaving a teen party here when he was shot multiple times right here in this parking lot. Stefan Strader was also killed. Since that time, dozens of people have come forward, leaving items at this memorial. But police say not enough people are coming forward with tips. Now Sean's older brother has returned to the streets 2 years after we last filmed him. This time to collect money for his brother's funeral.
Losing somebody isn't easy, especially him being my brother. It's not an easy thing to live through.
The posters once held for justice for Faust are now covered with Sean's pictures. And Deshaun is forced to continue his brother's push for peace, hoping to bring an end to the violence that has now shattered the lives of 2 more families.
Revenge isn't an option. Taking somebody's life isn't an option. They should just, somebody should just go to the cops and tell them what happened.
Deborah Souverain, Fox 4, in your corner. Amy and Patrick, protesters left the Harborside Event Center behind me around 9 o'clock tonight, but not before making their voices heard throughout parts of downtown. Now, protesters wanted this to be a peaceful protest, and for the most part, it was. However, we did notice a few tense moments when some in the crowd tried to defend the president-elect.
Not my president.
Walking through downtown Fort Myers, dozens gathered for what they called a show of unity.
And we've always tried to be a united country. It's in the name. And he's not achieving that at all. He's doing the complete opposite.
Love Trump's hate.
The protest began as an anti-Trump rally and a peace demonstration, which merged into one. But organizers say the overall message was the same.
We're shouting out "Love Trump's hate." It's all about making sure that we are leading this peacefully and that our country continues to move in a peaceful manner.
Many of the demonstrators say they were afraid of the division they believe President-elect Donald Trump reignited. We witnessed tempers flare when a Trump supporter tried defending the president-elect.
Donald Trump is a good man. That's right.
Others supporting President-elect Trump believe the protests are doing the opposite of helping spread peace.
This is America. We have a new president. Whoever doesn't like it, it doesn't change anything there. All right?
Many of the protesters said they aren't trying to change who is in the White House, but rather what is in the hearts of the people across the country.
But I hope that it goes beyond just the people that are here. The people in their mind are thinking a little bit more about these things.
Now, I spoke to people from all walks of life tonight, and they tell me they didn't want to focus too much on the politics that they believe is dividing people in the nation, but rather focusing on what brings us together. Reporting live in downtown Fort Myers, Deborah Souverain, Fox 4, in your corner.